Hey, here I am. I just got home from preschool drop-off and I'm walking the property as I love to do in the springtime, and so I thought I would just take you along, if that's okay. This all began as a dream in 2016 when I kind of realized what my main values in life were and what I wanted to create for myself. And yeah, fast forward 4 years after that, we bought this home, which is, I'll just flip the camera and let you see. So it's a pioneer home, built somewhere between 1891 and 1901. We're not sure exactly when, but anyway, and then in 2004 they built the garage mahal, which is this. It has a little kind of sun corner here where we do a little a faux kind of greenhouse situation. We're full of dandelions, which used to distress me, but now I think they're beautiful. So this is the orchard where I'm standing. I'll turn around again. And so I've got a Bartlett pear here that's just starting to leaf out and blossom so beautifully. And I'm watering the trees right now. So while I'm watering, I'm talking with you. This is a plum that I just transplanted from the neighbors. So plums kind of spring up and then spread in groves, kind of like quaking aspens. And I didn't know that before, and then this is from a different transplant from last spring. So this one, the one I just showed you, I put in a few weeks ago. And this one's from last year, and it's the small one that had to come along because there's early Alberta peach right over here, and golden delicious apple that's getting the water right now. And then this is the plum that I got last year. Let's see if I can get it better. So it was kind of a big one. It was an adventure. I went over there because I texted my neighbor who had this bumper crop of these amazing, juicy, large, delicious plums. And I just wanted to know what variety they were so I could try to get the same one. And she said, just come on over and dig one up. I was like, now we're talking. Okay, because, the hardware store, you gotta love them, but they sold me an apricot tree 3 years ago that had some kind of fungus, and it died, and that was hard. But on another note, I'll take you over there right now. I was going to show you things in order, but that same year of the bumper plum crop, another neighbor had a bumper crop on their apricot tree, and they're actually just like on the other side of the block, the Howertons. Let's see, and they have a beautiful. Let's see. There they are right there. They have a beautiful, mature apricot tree. So, unbeknownst to me, as I was saving my food scraps, I have a compost bin that I can rotate where I put all my food scraps, and I have for the last almost 5 years since we moved here. And in it were lots of pits. So we went over to the Howertons every other day or so and got a box of apricots and ate them and did things with them. This is the arbor that I renovated. It was peeling white paint when we moved in. It was a big job, but I'm so happy with the way that it turned out. Let me see if I can show you kind of what it looks like. Anyway, we have this breezeway here between the house and the garage, and so it's like this. I always picture like bride and groom coming through here under the arbor, and then their adoring fans, family greeting them out here. Anyway, this is just our back lawn area. We had somebody who was probably intoxicated in some way. Their trailer spun off the road and went through our fence over there. Anyway, we'll get that fixed at some point. And then the half wall that you see is the end of our property. We have a half acre, but this area behind us will come up for sale at some point in the future. We would love to be able to nab it so we could have the rest of that, which is about, I want to say it's like 0.78 acres or 0.8 acres, something like that. The whole block is 4.4. It might be a little bit more than that. So anyway, we'd love it. But what I was going to tell you about the Howertons apricot tree is that those pits turned into little trees. Oh my goodness, it's not great light. It's not great to see them. But I've got 18 little apricot trees. Here's a good one. Maybe you can see. I've got 18 little apricot trees that are growing here in my shade garden under the, well, I guess it's partial shade on the on the north side, but I've got 18 of them growing here. We had daffodils, and Danny had a friend over yesterday, and they picked them all and arranged them in a really cute way. We have these little, I don't remember what they're called, on the side of the garage, but they put them all along it. It was sweet, even though it was also all the daffodils for now. Maybe all the daffodils for the season. We'll see. But anyway, so I'm thrilled to have apricots at some point. We'll see what happens with that. I need to just water the plum, the other plum over here. And then I've got in the front here, I planted 2 shade trees, which it's kind of a sad story. The people who lived here before us, Ed and Dorothy Valentine, moved up here from Texas and kind of took the home under their wing. She had always wanted a Victorian home, and they made a lot of repairs. They spent a lot of money. They put the back decks on, and that was in the early 90s. And then after Ed passed away, Dorothy kind of stopped gardening as much. She was really into flowers, and she did a lot. We still excuse me, we still have her roses over here, which of course won't be out till June, but she kind of had she had her son-in-law come and take out all the trees, and so we're going from scratch, except for these. We have 4 very tall spruce trees along the north side of the property, which are right here, which I named after our children, which is kind of fun. Oh, actually, so 1, 2, Sophie, Joseph, Lucas, Danny, and this one's Mikhail, the lilac, which was starting to blossom so beautifully, and then we had really cold weather, so let's come and see. Oh, I hope they'll be okay still. We'll see what ends up happening with them. I imagine someday, maybe in this, look at all these dandelions, in this corner on the northwest side, maybe putting a labyrinth, have you ever seen those walking meditation labyrinths? Here, outside of the music room, we have, music room's on this corner of the house right here. And, and it's interesting. So we have the lilac tree on one side, and kind of outside the window, the master bedroom as well. We have where we see that they had a door and a window that were bricked up at some point for some reason. We're not sure why, but it's exciting to think about exploring the possibilities of opening that back up again. I don't know why not. And then over here is my walnut. So I'm a huge omega-3 fatty acid fan, and I do eat walnuts regularly, and they're not cheap. And so I thought, I should just have my own walnut tree. This is an English walnut, Man Region it's called, which I really like that name. I think it's, I don't know, it makes me smile for some reason. And then this is a sycamore. So when I lived in New York, I would go to, what's it called? Collier Park, a very small park full of sycamore trees, and sycamore trees are all over New York, and they were just so beautiful, tall, strong. They're also in Provo Cemetery, love them there too. And anyway, so I wanted to have a sycamore as a shade tree. It can get up to 60 feet tall, and the walnut up to 40 feet tall, and it's here on the west side of the home. Okay, and then the main reason why, or one of the main reasons why I wanted to show you, is that I'm really excited about what I have coming up in the garden area, the vegetable garden area. So I was working with a fairly small plot last year, and Danny's dentist, who's also Brett's fourth cousin, was kind enough to come over with his tractor and put down manure, and then also with his tiller after that, and till in all my food scraps. And anyway, so I had this patch, but then the squash, we had about over 40 volunteer squash plants come up, and Brett was like, well, let's just keep them. They totally took over. It was kind of, anyway, whatever. We had a really good harvest of winter squash, over 80 winter squash, and they were delicious and no regrets. But then I put down the wood chips. We used to have a willow on the corner that the city made us take down because it was getting into the power lines. Anyway, so they brought us wood chips, the people that took down the tree, and that's what I've laid in all the beds, and it's wonderful, except for here, I didn't turn over the grass like I had before, so that'll be a project for, the fall. I will go ahead and turn all of the lawn over. So I just dig up a shovel full and then flip it so the grass side is down. That's what I did initially in this plot over here. So this will be all tomatoes, peppers, beans, peas, cucumbers. Well, we'll see. In this, and I don't have my fencing up right now. I just left the fence posts for the deer. We have lots of deer. And then this will be, this whole area right here, which is about twice as big as the original plot, will all be the melon/pumpkin patch. And we'll have melons, cantaloupe, watermelon, and then pumpkins and squash, all the winter squash that took over the other garden plot last year. I'm going to sequester them over into this area. So I'm excited to see how it goes. Eventually we will get the whole thing tilled, but right now I'm going to do the no-till approach and just see. I've heard some things about it. Oh, this is the thing I'm most excited about today. I transplanted my strawberries. I had them over with the lavender. So I don't know, I didn't say anything about this earlier, but I mentioned Dorothy's roses, which are right up against the house. So I've been looking up what companion plants are. So this back row against the house is roses. They were here. I actually don't know what kind of roses they are. One of the plants is different from the others, but they're pink and they're beautiful. And then after that we have an early labor of love, which is the raspberry patch, and those came from my neighbor Colette Hansen, who I love. She's amazing. And among them also a blackberry plant from my amazing friend Cynthia Hart, and a thornless raspberry that came from my stepdaughter Sophie. And then this third bed here is all lavender. And initially last year, I thought, well, that berries and lavender like each other. I'll put my strawberries right here. Oh, you guys, this decorative rock is not good for strawberries. I also put some sage, some salvia here because it's good for keeping the pests away. Like I mentioned, we have lots of deer. So I was able to take the strawberries this morning and I transplanted them to this area on the south side of the garage, which is, gets plenty of sunshine. And I ended up with 6 plants. I bought the strawberries last year from a lady who lives in Moroni, which is a neighboring town about 12 minutes across the valley to the west. And she gave me 2, but there was actually a bonus little plant in there. And so anyway, you maybe can barely see them. This one's a bigger one. Oh, and they're starting to just wilt a little bit under the sun because I'll keep them wet and watered, and hopefully they'll be okay, because I'm excited to fill up this whole bed along the garage. It's about 20 feet long, maybe give or take, maybe a little bit more. Oh, I'm like, do people do this? No, that's not nice. To fill that all up with strawberries. So we'll have blackberries, and I'd love to expand our blackberries, raspberries and strawberries growing on the property along with fruit and vegetables. So anyway, my idea is to grow as much of my own food as possible organically and just eat from the earth and try to reject our entire industrialized food system. So this is part of the Singer's lifestyle course. Is about regulating your nervous system, which has to do with having a really good connection with the earth through the things that we put into our bodies, but also getting our hands in the dirt and getting our feet on the ground, not being impeded by plastic soles of shoes, but really having an electrical interaction with the earth. Anyway, I'm gonna cap it there, but I could probably go on for longer. I'm pretty jazzed about my little corner of the world, and you probably noticed the snow-capped mountains. They ain't bad. They're kind of good looking, and they go all the way around the valley. We have our Horseshoe Mountain. Where's Horseshoe? There it is. Anyway, lovely, lovely. All right. Thanks for joining, friends. And yeah, I hope everybody's having a lovely spring day. It's just beautiful weather here, and I couldn't be more thrilled about it. So sending everybody love. And I'll be back, I'm sure, soon to talk more about my app and some exciting developments with, if you want to come learn how to sing in a really wholehearted way. Okay.